In this video, I'm going to show you how we can use the replay function under animations to then replay the ink that we type so that it looks like we are writing in real time. So I'm going to write out my formula here. So I'm currently using PowerPoint on my iPad, and I'm going to use the formula x equals negative b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Now on the iPad you don't have the option. If I go to animations and I have to select something, but if I go to select an object, then go to animations, under my entrance effects I don't have the replay option, so it does not exist on the iPad version of PowerPoint. However, we are going to just swap over to my desktop, and then I will show you how we can animate this writing so that it looks as if we are writing in real time as we record the presentation. Okay, so now I am in PowerPoint on my desktop, and I've also just opened my animations pane and my selection pane. These are going to help us when we want to animate so that we can just see what we're doing. And I am going to select that object. It's under PowerPoint sees it as one object, but if you notice, it's seeing these things as separate objects. So we're going to have to group things together. Because my formula is under one object, I can just select it as one thing, and then I'm going to go to animations, and I'm going to click replay. So you can see it will replay the inking as if I am writing it right now. However, it is a little bit fast. That's not really the speed of my natural writing. It's not super slow, but it just needs to slow down a little bit. I'm going to try 3 seconds. So the time under the duration is in seconds. And then now let's try it again. I think that's a little better. So we're going to keep it at 3 seconds because we want it to look natural, right? The whole point of using the writing is so that it looks like you're actually writing during that recorded presentation. Now, for this whole bit, I'm going to group it. So we're going to highlight all of it, go to shape format, click up here, click group. So now it's seeing it as one item. I'm going to go to animations. I'm going to click replay. It's really, really fast. And if you noticed, it did the denominator before it wrote what was inside my square root sign. So we are going to correct that. So under selection pane, we can see this group has all the items in it. Now, when it replays from the bottom of the list up. So you want the first thing to be at the bottom, and that's what I have. The x equals is my last item of my group, which is what I want. Then I want this bit to be the next item, which is correct. But then the inside, the program is detecting that as a separate item. Now this one has to come after the square root sign. Then I want my denominator line, so that's fine. And then I want the bottom, and that's the top of my group item. So when you are looking at your playback, you need to go to your selection pane, and where you've grouped things, you want it to be so that the first thing that you would like to be replayed should be at the bottom of that group. And now, if we go here, we can then, if you notice, when I click this replay, now it's in order. However, it's super, super fast. I'm going to increase it. Now, because this bit of inking is more than just writing out the word formula, I'm going to have to go more than 3 seconds. I'm going to try 4.25 and see what that looks like. So this is okay, because if I was to, and so what you want to do is when you are playing around with these timings, what you want to do is you want to talk it out as the animation is replaying and see, is this too fast? Like, what am I speeding up the way I talk to match the animation time, or am I having to go too slow? So do I need to increase the speed, which means you're going to drop the duration. And remember, it is in seconds. So again, I'm going to just bring it up just a little bit. I think I'm going to try 5 seconds and then just see what happens. So now if I say x equals negative b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a, I still felt like I was going too fast. So we're going to speed it up a little bit, not speed it up, slow it down a little bit more and try again. X equals negative b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. I feel like that's a little bit better. And then that would be the total of our animating. So if you notice, formula, because it's such a short word and so little bit of writing, only needed a duration of 3 seconds. However, the whole formula, the x equals, is a lot more. So then we need some more. We need to play around with our timings to see, well, when I'm speaking it out, what speed do I need the animation to be at so that it matches my natural pace of talking. Another thing to remember is the way you want, or the way you need to have your elements in the group, the way you need them ranked. So the first thing to be typed should be the last thing in your group. And then you work it like that. So play around with it. It's something where if you have, say, a word that you're going to say often, so you know if you're going to write the word example, it only needs 2 seconds of animation time. That's something you won't need to play around with. You get it right the first time, and every time you do it, you just set it for 2 seconds. However, other formulae and other things that you write may require different durations. So that's where you're going to need to spend a little more time and just tweak the timing to get it to work.